Everyone, happy Wednesday. Hopefully I got this video up on Wednesday in time. I did this build a few days ago, so really hope I can get this up. It's probably me a late one, but either way, how are you guys doing this week? We're halfway through. For this build, I was really thinking, or not thinking, but well, I mean I was thinking. Anyway, I was really thinking of doing this build using only equalizer and base game. I know I tend to use lots of packs, so I definitely try to restrict on this one. But because I had a specific idea with where I wanted to go with this, I obviously, well, not obviously, but I needed more than just eco lifestyle and base game, so I did more packs than that. I think I want to say I did about 8 packs around there, so it's not pack heavy. That's my defense for it, but yeah, there's definitely less packs than I'm used to. I often do in renovations, but I definitely want to do some renovations soon where it's purely base game and whatever pack the build came with. But yeah, I don't know if you saw in the beginning, but earlier there's really not much to like that this building really needed to change. There was like some not exposed foundation, there's just a white blank canvas kind of foundation. This roofing here, for example, doesn't have a ceiling. The bathroom was really dark in the second floor. And the interior of the first floor of the bar, it was fine, but I just didn't feel like more of a bar vibe aesthetic. I don't know, I don't really go to many bars, so I mean, it could be wrong. But it felt more of like a community center than a bar. So I definitely wanted to, incorporate that. Even though, now thinking about it, the way I built it, it can pass for like a cafe or something. Could definitely pass for a cafe, but, oh, actually, maybe cannot. I did those, what is it called? I think they call it bubble. Something bubble, the bubble blowers in the game. I put one of those in a section in a room because I did a section off with some sliding doors, so it looks like, they can hotbox whatever they do in there. I'm just don't know if that's allowed to say on here, but yeah. Yeah. I definitely I have that. What else I do? Oh, because this is a train station, I kind of was here. I'm trying to find light fixtures that fit with the train or look like they would be in a train, because I definitely wanted to feel like this build was like someone maybe bought this place and wanted to bring back life to it and kept in some original pieces. So I definitely want to have that with the light fixtures. And I know people feel iffy about the Journey to Batu pack, but I will say it did the best in terms of, at least for my interpretation of what an old train station light would be. Because look at that light, I feel like that's very much an old train station light. But yeah, not many windows, and I'm seeing them myself with the doors here. I didn't put that many windows on the lengths of the build. As you're gonna see here, I did a bigger arch window using these from, I think it's San Moschino. No, that's the place. What is that pack? Moschino? I think is a pack. Yeah, no, Moschino is the build. Yeah, Moschino. That sounds weird when I say it. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Moschino. I don't know. Either way, I was using these just because I felt like it would be nice, to add that industrial feel to the build. I was gonna do black just because I feel like I think of industrial black as a very prominent color. I like steel and all that stuff and metals. But it just felt too stark. I don't know, like the black really draws your eyes in too much, so I went in for this gray that kind of blends in more with the surrounding brick, so it doesn't really catch your eyes too much to it. Oh no, so your eyes are not drawn too much to it, too much at it. I'm sorry, I'm recording this late, so, but yeah, definitely wanted that because I wanted things to be very cohesive. And yeah, I did player test everything because, as you'll see later on, I use the curved bars just because you'll see later I do some spandrels and some columns and all that, which you'll understand once we get there. But yeah, I definitely wanted that. Here I am putting the spandrels. I know these werewolf pack are a bit rusty, but I figured maybe that could be like part of the original build and they just kept that. I was gonna do the matching columns for the werewolf pack, or that came with werewolf pack, but I just figured these eco lifestyle just to like incorporate obviously the pack that came with this world, but also it's more of that metal, you know, steel. Well, I mean, obviously it looks like metal and steel, but it fits more with the aesthetic I was going for. And yeah, as you see here, this is where I put the curved bar, like to connect the little triangle of columns there. I think that was a good way to go about it. And also, if you notice, my camera is like really like just swings a bit. I think my mouse was dying or something. The battery was, because it kept on doing that. So sometimes, or event in this build, you will see some abrupt cuts, and that's because my mouse was going crazy. So that's for that. I also did here with this lighting. Well, it is, I do love the light fixtures. Unfortunately, that's the thing that kind of is annoying about the lights in The Sims, is that they don't give off like the same amount of lights. I know it makes sense given, well, not really, it doesn't make, because we have the option to change the intensity and color the lights. So I figured it should be, I don't know, I feel like we should have like a standard when it comes to lights, but in terms of how much lighting, because sometimes I really like a light fixture, but the lighting, the amount of light it gives is barely anything, so that's really unfortunate. So I did put some sauce. Oh, these are the sliding doors I was referring to, so you can like close up that area, even though you can't really close it off. Now I'm thinking about it because of the columns. And it's fine either way. But yeah, here I am doing. I was gonna do this light fixture here from, what is that pack? I think it was a kit. I'm not sure. This one here. But I ended up switching that out because, again, I was trying to use as little pack as possible. So I ended up just switching out and doing spandrels. One thing I'm not sure I built or showed that I built was this middle column here. I removed that and did stairs. So I did one tile stairs, and I did them side by side so they look like an X. So you enter the stairs on opposite sides and it creates a little X formation. Hope I'm explaining that right, but you'll see in the video toward the end. But I just did that just to add a little more interest, I guess. I wanted some little geometry or something. But yeah, trying to think what else I did. I was like that. At first I was gonna do this window there in the middle. I just didn't like the look just because it was different heights from the doors. I know that's not like that big a deal. I could have like done those curtain curtain rails or something, but yeah, I just didn't like the look, so I just did the smaller windows and just did it to kind of look like it comes down from, or not come down, but align with the ceiling, the open ceiling. Open ceiling, is that how you would describe those ceiling? I guess I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, also for the exterior, I didn't change the stairs because I really didn't have any idea what I wanted. I was thinking, I mean, I could have used those. No, the werewolf stairs wouldn't really make sense. I feel like this needs to be more structurally sound, and again, keeping to the, original build. I figured maybe the stairs were still in condition. They kept it. I'm playing around here with different floor tiles, but I just figured, well, I liked it. It just felt a little bit off, so I just did the matching gray brick that aligns with the stairs. So, yeah, what about that? One thing I do want to say that I wanted to do originally with the interior is I wanted to have, in the train carts, when you have seating in like the booths kind of section, I wanted to have that along the walls and have like the tables and stuff. But I just couldn't get that in, given that I did those 2 big doors on the sides. So I couldn't get in that door, but I wanted to feel like you're going down inside, the train. Is it a caboose? Is that what you call it? What exactly is the caboose? Now I'm gonna search it up real quick. I'm pretty sure that is like the cart of the train, is it not? Let me see. Caboose is a crude North American Railroad car coupled at the end of a freight train. Okay, I think, yeah. Okay, okay. It is a caboose. The caboose is the, what is it? The section of the train. Yeah. Okay. So, I guess that makes sense why it's actually, now looking at it, it's the shape of the build is like a caboose. Or at least in the reference image, yeah. Okay. See what I got his name. Clever. But, yeah. Actually, never mind. I'm getting off topic. Alright, here, I liked these Love Struck pack, and I was like, oh, I was so sad to not use them. But, again, I was trying to use less packs. I don't know what I did instead. I'm thinking about it. I think it was some get-together rails. I'm honestly not sure. Like I said, I was really trying to make sure, be conscious of not using too much, too many packs. I also was considering doing a clock on top of the build, just because I know that's pretty common for, obviously, when you have train stations, you want to know your time your train's leaving. I don't know, it just looked a little off, so I didn't add it. But I did do that get together standing clock. I did put that on the corner, just again to kind of pay homage to this being a once bustling train station. And then here I am trying to figure out some light fixtures again. The Journey 2x2 light really came in, and I just, just felt like it was an old rustic train light. I don't really know much to say. Again, I know it's iffy with if people like it or not, but it worked in this case. I mean, you can always replace it once you guys download it, and if you don't have, obviously, the packs I'm using. Again, I was trying to be conscious, but like I said, hopefully it was not too much from packs. And yeah, here I'm just adding that little detail. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, this little wood, I don't even know what you call that. But yeah, because this big one was not doing it. It just looked too weird. So I did that a little more simple. Yeah, it looks fine. Not really. Oh yeah, this is a clock I was referring to. Just figured, obviously you have to have time. Being told in this area. And yeah, I just felt like this was the best way to go. Okay, yeah, here we are doing the interior. These are the, what is it? The bars I was using. Here I was thinking of doing that, I think we call them wedding stories. I wanted that to be the seating for the chairs, but I did try to find some dining chairs that are the same level to the bench there, but we didn't have any, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to get in that chair. But then I don't want you, when you're playing your Sims to be hovering, so definitely had to opt out of that. But then use these here, I feel like, again, to tie into that industrial. They also match better with the bar stool, so I was happy about that. It was an easy compromise. So yeah, it wasn't bad. Again, like I said, I really wanted that cart kind of booth feel, but the doors will be blocking, so I ended up settling for having the seating in the middle. And this is pretty much all the seating I have for this area. These 2 tables and the bar stools. I mean, I have these couches around, but yeah, it's not much. Yeah, I feel like bars, at least the times I've played, I haven't played long, but when I play or test these builds and they have the bar build, they don't really get that busy, to be honest. I'm not sure if that has to do anything with the amounts of seating. I'm not sure if the game is that, in depth, or when it comes to that. But yeah, it didn't get too crowded, so that was a good thing. And I feel like Sims are always leaving when you play them. I was like trying to do the, what is it? When I was doing the video tour, like everyone was leaving, so I had to like wait to get some Sims to come along. I'm not sure if that's like, I feel like that's a recurring thing. I was gonna say it's not really world specific because I know Evergreen Harbor, I believe is the name of this world. I keep forgetting. Like it's a bit random out of nowhere, but I definitely tried to do that. Also, I want to say now I'm saying that this is Evergreen Harbor. There's like if you saw or are familiar with this area, there's that colorful, obviously the cabooses or train parts. I'm not really good with my train lingo, but and as well as that water thing, whatever. There's like a lot of bright colors, are basically what I'm trying to say in this build. So at first I was thinking of putting in like a bright colors with this bar, but I figured, you know, just keep it simple. Brown, black, yellows, some greens here and there, some plants, you know. I'm very particular about my plants. I want lots of plants, but it's not really particular. That's more, it's a must-have for me when it comes to building. Load that. I was loaded up with cursed. No, load. Yeah, put plants. That's my thing. Also, trying to think. Yeah, I also use this rug. Again, I was trying to, I don't know, I just feel like I don't use it much. There's another rug I recently, I think it was from City Living, where we have that ramen shop. Not ramen shop, ramen bowl rug. I feel like that'd be kind of cool to add in a ramen shop. Maybe I'll do that for my next build. Again, I'm not sure what I want the build to be. But I definitely want that. I mean, definitely getting inspired by random rugs. I know I did a build a while ago where this one rug kind of was inspiration for my apartment build. But I definitely want to do that more. That was very fun. Like to have one thing and just build around it. I mean, that would be cool. I also want to try like that James Turner. I know he has lots of builds. I want to do the one where he has, because I saw Little Simsy's video a few days ago, or maybe it was a week, I don't recall, but where you do that pack randomizer and it tells you what packs you can use. I definitely want to do that just because I am prone to being excessive when it comes to packs. I definitely want to find, you know, make limitations and also it'll get me kind of, you know, more creative and try to work around things. To be honest, I did try to do one and then I didn't like the options. That's another thing. I have to stop being, you know, beggars can't be choosers, you know? So I definitely was looking at my options like, I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna have to, you know, work with it even if I'm not having any ideas. And especially because right now I feel like my creativity is currently active and I want to take advantage of that. But yeah, here's the area that I now want to talk back on the build. This is the area that later turned into that bubble blowing station, whatever the game wants to call it. So I ended up just taking out that couch. I mean, I moved the big couch up against the wall in the corner. But then again, I put the bubble station, I'll call it. I really don't know what the game calls it as, but yeah, that's what I did. I figured, you know, for a bar, just have some activities. If now thinking about it, there's not really many activities that I did here. I mean, obviously the drinking, talking, chatting, usual bar things, but I mean, I did put that game from the Luster. I actually never seen the gameplay of that item now I'm thinking about it. And obviously the bubble station. But yeah, I feel like it's fine. We don't need much activities for the bar. I feel like there's enough for the Sims to do. I also put in some closets from Luster. And yeah, the bathroom on the second floor. But with that being said, I'll leave you guys to enjoy the video tour. Take care.